Here we go. This is possibly the first video I'm not starting off with alright, but this is Serapis here, and I am bringing you a Haxorous moveset. I promised this to you guys a couple days ago, and I didn't do it, so here is the time. This is going to be for VGC, so I'm going to want to drop all these guys down to level 50, and I have 3 Haxorous up here at the top, because in my opinion there are three real ways to run a Haxorous. The first way, quite simply, choice band. We're talking about Haxorous here. Haxorous has base 147 attack. That is Garchomp's attack if you add 17 base points to it. So this guy's stronger than Garchomp, at least in brute attack. Why isn't he used more than Garchomp? Once again, it's the same problem we had with Mega Garchomp, an unfortunate speed tier. But there are reasons to use Haxorous over Garchomp, more than just 17 extra points of attack. Why? Well, the first reason is the ability. Rivalry, not a great ability. Unnerve, okay, but not really what we want. What we're looking for here is Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker is a pretty cool ability that allows you to negate other Pokemon's abilities. So you could hit a Pokemon if they have Wonder Guard, no matter what type of move you use. Or let's say your opponent has something like Multiscale Dragonite. You ignore that ability and hit right through it. But the most important one is that you can ignore Levitate. And guess what move Haxorous gets? You guessed right, Earthquake. So if you're going to run Haxorous, you want to run Mold Breaker, Earthquake. You always want to run that. You always want Dragon Claw too. No matter what set you're running, you want to run Mold Breaker, Dragon Claw, Earthquake. The only exception to this is if you choose to run Outrage instead of Earthquake. I mean Outrage instead of Dragon Claw. But Dragon Claw is usually better, especially in VGC. So yeah, now here I would run Outrage just because on a Choice Banded Garchomp's Outrage hits for an insane amount of damage. It has 80 more power. No, not 80. It has 40 more power than Dragon Claw, multiplied by 1.5 by Stab. It now has 60 more power, multiplied by 1.5 for Choice Band. You are now looking at 90 more power. Choice Banded Haxorous' Outrage can absolutely wreck anything that's not Fairy or Steel. And in the last move slot for Choice Band, I like Rock Slide. Now, whoever's watching this is probably going to recognize this as the Haxorous from my Pledge team, and that's what I love. This is what it suggests. I don't like that, nope. I would run Adamant Nature. I mean, I think Smogon puts it best. I don't always agree with Smogon, and I'm kind of a fan of Relicify, so I don't always agree with that if you know about the conflict, but whatever. But Smogon does have it right when, in their article on Haxorous, it says, you can run a Jolly Nature, but it's not worth the crippling damage to your pride. So yeah, my set just max out that HP, and the remaining scraps go into defense. Extremely simple set, but still extremely powerful. 117 speed is not that great, but under the effects of Tailwind or a Swamp on the opposing side like I did with my Pledge, it is more than enough to destroy many things in your way. This set, Dragon Claw for when you need to be certain you're going to hit a certain opponent, Outrage for when you just want to destroy stuff, Rock Slide for Talonflame, and for the record, Haxorous is guaranteed to survive one Choice Banded Brave Bird from Talonflame, unless, of course, the opponent gets a critical hit, which I actually lost a game because I sent out my Haxorous and my opponent got a crit, but whatever. And Earthquake for Rotom. Earthquake, it obviously OHKOs Rotom Heat. It usually just barely misses the OHKO on Rotom Wash, so you want to keep that in mind. So yeah, this is pretty much the set. Next set, Choice Scarf. Now then, same thing, Outrage and Rock Slide. This is pretty much the same sort of set you're going to be looking at. Let's see, what does it want to run? It wants to run that. No, no, no. We always run Adamant because that's how we roll here. Oh, and you always want to have an odd number of HP, just because you get all sorts of fun little perks. So let's see, what do you get? You get 70. Yeah, that's more than enough. So I'll actually drop the speed in order to bring up the HP. So yeah, this looks like a good set. I could go on to Nugget Bridge, and if you really wanted to run a Choice Scarf Haxorous, you probably should go on to Nugget Bridge and check out the exact speed. But right now we're getting 72 speed added, so let's see, that puts us at 216 speed, which is enough to outspeed Mega Manectric last time I checked. I think Mega Manectric hits 205. And, of course, Earthquake Okos. So, yeah, not to mention you still have that insane attack stat. And, finally, the last Haxorous. This Haxorous, some of you may recognize it. I used it once, Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance Haxorous. Dragon Dance Haxorous is where it's at. So, I just love running Outrage, because Haxorous is an extremely simple Pokemon. All the movesets are pretty much the same. We have Choice Band with all the same moves as the Choice Scarf, which is pretty much identical except it has a scarf on it and slightly different EVs. And finally, we have Dragon Dance Haxorous. So here, your item, you can run a couple different things. Focus Sash is pretty good. It allows you to survive the hit and get up Dragon Dance. But in doubles with spread moves and weather, the break sashes and all sorts of stuff like that, Focus Sash isn't necessarily your best. You could run Lumberry, which allows you to take a Will-O-Wisp and then return KO with Earthquake, which is always good. Or you could choose to run something else. I think you'd mainly want to run one of those two, but I think for this we're going to... where is it? Okay, Lumberry. Now then, as always, max out with the Adamant nature. We're gonna pretty much assume that we're going to get a Dragon Dance up. So let's say 130. What is 130? Half of that is 65. Add 65 to that. You're outspeeding everything pretty much. But let's just go to outspeed Mega Manectric. Why not? So here we're having 70 added, which allows us to outspeed Mega Manectric. Throw in the HP, and let's just check. Yeah. So, all of Haxorous' sets are extremely, ridiculously simple, but they're all very powerful. I like the Banded set, because Banded Haxorous has a chance to survive Garchomp's Dragon Claw and then return Oko with our Dragon Claw, with Haxorous' Dragon Claw. I'm not certain exactly what the percent chance is, and if it's an Adamant Garchomp, you can pretty much kiss Haxorous goodbye, or if it's Choice Band. But if it is like a, let's see, if it's like a Lumchomp, or I think Rocky Helmet is the most likely one you're going to encounter. Max speed, Jolly with some attack investment and some HP investment or something like that, then you can take a Dragon Claw. So this was Haxorous. Haxorous is one of my favorite Pokemon just because it's so easy and fun to use. Not to mention, look at that shiny. Look at that shiny. I have my Haxorous, and I'm seriously considering, once I'm done with the upcoming tournament, going and rebreeding it just to get a shiny Haxorous. Because I mean, look at that. Why use Haxorous over Garchomp? Because Haxorous' shiny is so much cooler. But yeah. So that's about it for Haxorous. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And yeah. Alright, see you next time.